Hi there viewers, welcome to the brunch show on Value Chain TV, where we get to discuss different segments and the entertainment, the newspaper review and many other segments on the show. My name is Patience Moses and I'll be your host today on the show. I have a very nice entertainment gist today for you people and I hope you're going to enjoy that. Before we come to the entertainment segments, let's start with the newspaper review. Thank you for staying tuned, and moving on to the newspaper review, we have so many papers to look at, but we're going to be looking at just a few and then we pick the major stories there. We're going to start with the Blueprint newspaper, and the big story on that paper says FG to secure $2.25 billion World Bank loan at 1% interest. Well, this is a good development, although I've been seeing other reports from stakeholders, others saying this is not this loan should not be taken, and then others are saying if it to be used judiciously, then the federal government should go ahead and take it. And still on the Blueprint newspaper, another story there says FG to launch 2,700 CNG buses and tricycles before Tinubu's first anniversary. Now this is coming from the presidency, so this is a good development. 2,700 CNG buses and tricycles. Still on newspaper review, we are moving to New Telegraph, and the big story here is on Naira abuse. Lawyers query EFCC's prosecutorial powers, say only CBN and police can prosecute culprits as offense, not economic crime. So this is more like them saying that the currency abuse is not an economic crime, and then it should be left for just CBN and Nigerian police. Well, I don't know how this is going to go on, but it's a good headline. And this is coming from Nature newspaper, and the big story here says Nigeria recycles only 12% of plastic waste, generates 2.5 million tons annually. Recyclers attribute low rate to power failure. Well, this is a big story too. So looking at, we consume a lot of goods that are packaged using plastic containers, but look at it, we just 12% of those plastic bottles are being recycled. If you would ask me, this I would say is a very low one. And then looking at it, just annually 2.5 million tons are generated. So imagine if they put in more power and more energy into the recycling sector, it could actually yield a lot. And then the issue of recyclers complaining of power failure. The issue of electricity has remained a very recurrent challenge, and if this could be addressed, I think a lot of sectors in the nation can actually come up and become really productive and contribute to the economic growth of the nation. Okay, still on newspaper review, this is coming from Business Day newspaper, and the big story here says Dangote diesel hits market in threat for European refiners. Well, this is also a very good development. If the refinery gets working, it means we can actually reduce the rate at which we're importing from these European refineries. From the Daily Times newspaper, FG to roll out 2,700 CNG buses and tricycles before May 29th. To deliver 100 conversion workshops, 60 refueling sites spread across 18 states. Okay, this is similar from the one from the Blueprint newspaper. And then they are adding here that there's going to be 100 conversion workshops and then 60 refueling sites spread across 18 states. This is also a very good development. Still on the Daily Times newspaper, we have Tinubu to open African Counter-Terrorism Summit in Abuja. Also a very good development. And then this story also says Times Multimedia Limited sues Afrexim Bank for 80 million naira over alleged infringement of intellectual property. Well, this is also a very controversial development, and I won't be able to exhaust all the headlines. The papers are so many, and I would have to cut it short here for the newspaper review. So stay tuned, and as we move to the entertainment segment. Okay, thank you so much for staying tuned. Now, this is the entertainment segment. I know you're wondering, what does patients have? What does patients have? Well, today's entertainment gist is more about an upcoming documentary film, and I know it's going to be a very good one because it is coming from our very own Kachi Benson, the producer and director of the Disney movie Madu. Now, this documentary is going to be based on the 2014 kidnapped Chibok girls that were victims of Boko Haram kidnap. So it has gotten to a decade, that is over 10 years, since this terrorist group, Boko Haram group, abducted 276 young girls from a school in Chibok village in Borno State. And over that, a few few of them have been rescued, some of them have been reported dead, and then just of recent, we heard that quite a number of them came back home pregnant and with so many children. So this documentary by Kachi Benson is going to be based on the life of 4 Nigerian women, and it's going to tell the Chibok story, just like how Benson has previously done a very virtual reality show on the Daughters of Chibok, which actually won an award for the best immersive story of the 76th Venice Film Festival in 2019. I know this documentary coming up is actually going to be a blast. There have been no details yet, but just a few details, and in this particular segment, S.A. Ufoma is going to share the details with us.
It's been over 10 years since the terrorist group Boko Haram attacked and kidnapped 276 young girls from a school in the village of Chibok, Borno State. Kachi Benson, the Nigerian director of Disney's Madu, has revealed his recent work on a documentary, The Harvest for Hunting Lane and Impact Partners, about the 2014 Boko Haram kidnapping of young students from school in Nigeria. Little has been revealed about the plot of the documentary, but it follows 4 Nigerian women. Benson has previously done a documentary in virtual reality, Daughters of Chibok, that addressed the fallout from the kidnapping. Daughters of Chibok won the award for Best Immersive Story at the 76th Venice Film Festival in 2019. Speaking about the harvest, Benson said on a social media handle, "I have spent the last 5 years with the mothers and survivors of the Chibok kidnappings. I have listened to their stories, and what I have learned is that these women are more than the tragedy that is mostly used to describe them. My aim with the harvest is to give them a platform to tell their own story and show a side to these heroines that the world hardly sees, a community of mothers who have stood and continue to stand as pillars, working together to make tomorrow better for their children, and that is the ultimate bravery."
Okay, thank you so much, S.A. Ufoma, for that report. And now we get to know that, okay, this documentary is coming out, and we hope that it's going to tell the story and also help us to get the required awareness that we need to make sure that, okay, people would know that the fight for the rescue of these Chibok girls is still on, and that they've not been forgotten. They're still in the minds of Nigerians. We're still hoping that each and every one of them will come back. And as Kachi Benson has revealed that he had spent some time with the parents of some of these children. Those are back and those are yet to be rescued. He has spent quality time. So this actually means that this documentary is going to be very, if not completely real, it will be a bit real, actually encompassing and capturing the story as it should be. This will bring us the pain and the trauma that some of these children were made to go through, the pain the parents had to go through while waiting for their kids to come back. So let's sit in anticipation and wait for this particular documentary as it unveils very, very soon on our screen. This is where I'll call it a wrap on the show. Thank you so much for staying tuned. I don't want to go away, but I have to go away because there is no time. So I want you to stay tuned on the Value Chain YouTube channel, and you can also drop your comments on the comment section. Stay tuned for the news updates by 7 p.m. where the stories and the headlines we discussed in the newspaper review, you're going to get the details of most of them, if not all. And also you can enjoy our programs, other of our programs, What's Your Say, where you can get an opportunity to share your opinions and your perspective. We have Kaswarmu, where you get to find out the different things that are going on in the markets from the Hausa perspective. And we also have Sunday Star Feature and many other programs. Stay tuned. Thank you so much and do have a great day. I remain Patience Moses. Thank you for staying tuned.